And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And off we go from Lambeau. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Back to throw, Purdy. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. Touchdown, Packers! Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Hey, look at this Packers defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Charles already trying that touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. To the sideline and incomplete. These 2 teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Purdy now to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. George Karlaftis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Elijah Moore, the intended receiver. It's slowed down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Allen. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Oh, look at the juke. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Packers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. The Packers at 10-1 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Throwing here, Purdy. And complete to Drake London. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This defense for the Vikings, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. Some motivation this week, not an issue.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. Purdy will look to throw again here. Open man downfield is Davis. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. He's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7. To the air, Allen. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now Allen. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And they can't bring him down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On play action, Allen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did they drop it looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Now a 2nd and 10. Going in motion left, that's Campbell. Now Allen. And his throw here is incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Purdy. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Purdy. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Back to throw. Purdy. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Drake London from 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to extend their lead. His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he's got room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 3rd and 3. Here's Allen to throw it. Touchdown, Vikings. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Done good with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive guy.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Drake London with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
They go with Edwards left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 40 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ball game.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
But if you're on the plus side of 30, y'all know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there, let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
56.
Here's Allen. Over the middle, it's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 5. They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Allen going to throw. And he's got it. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Edwards will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Done good with the extra point.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive.
Purdy. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
To throw, it's Allen.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's going down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He's going to look deep for Watkins.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Devin Witherspoon.
And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he's able to take a few extra chances playing with.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Packers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On play action, Allen toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Looking to throw. Allen. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing out left and finding Likely. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Alert, alert, alert.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Alert! Look out!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 36 yards on the play. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run here with Edwards. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Gus Edwards with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Done good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Purdy. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10. Jet sweep. Here's London. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Back to throw, Purdy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Packers! Saquon Barkley. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Packers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Allen.
On target to his man, Likely.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Hey, home. What's that?
And again, it's Allen. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen here to Edwards.
And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
It's caught by Bryant. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. To the air, Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Edwards. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Gus Edwards.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Now done for the extra point.
And that will cut this lead down to 25. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another run for Gibbs here. A beautiful fake. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now Allen. Got a man here, it's Bryant. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Alert! Alert! Look out!
Allen off the play fake. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now Allen. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen now looks to throw. Complete to Likely. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Half 85, half 85. Hey, tight.
One final try here for Allen. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack. And it's all on downs. The Vikings all able to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 11 now.
Check, Panther. Shut up.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That is caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think